He's still working.
Okay, it is 5:01 PM on Tuesday, January 14th, 2025. We will call the Board of Works and Safety meeting to order. Roll call, please.
Weigel.
Here.
Smith.
Here.
Daniel.
Here. In front of you are the minutes from our last meeting, which was on December, 16th? I don't have a date on the minutes, but
Or 27.
26th? 27th? I thought it was the 26th.
Oh, it doesn't have a date. then.
No, but that's okay. I'm pretty sure it's the day after Christmas.
Yeah.
So I'll say the 26th. So, okay, any changes or corrections to the minutes?
Nope.
Okay, I'll make a motion. We approve the minutes as presented.
Second.
Motion seconded. Further discussion? All those in favor show with the usual sign. It is unanimous. We'll go to encroachment agreements. We will push back 244 West Longfellow. And hopefully Mr. Burdette will appear. Next up is the encroachment agreement for Whitley County Historical Society. And this looks like it's a brand new sign that's right there on the corner of Main and Jefferson. You can see the sign itself versus what they had there from a picture standpoint. Any concerns from department heads? Is the base going to be basically the same size? I think it looks wider, I think, than.
Yeah, I might have a sketch of it if you
Okay.
want to see that.
But it's more of just making sure, and I don't know that there's any utility issues there, but
About visibility, as long
Yeah.
as it's back far.
It's hopefully going to be where the existing sign is, if that is helpful to know.
It's not much bigger than that.
so do you see the packet? I mean, in the packet, if you look at the fast signs, it kind of shows visibility to a certain extent.
One thing though, related
Yes.
to that, we are talking about like scheduling it so that it's not running all hours, day and night, like it
Gotcha.
goes into kind of a sleep mode at like 9 o'clock.
Oh, gotcha, okay. Okay. Do you see on the right-hand side of the fast signs, look there? QP. Page 15 of the packet.
Looks like it's gonna be about 6 by 4.5 feet.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, it looks like it sits back.
Yeah, I think line of sight will be okay.
Yeah.
Any other issues, questions, comments, concerns about that? Okay? Yep, yeah, it's gonna be very nice. I'll make a motion, we approve the encouragement agreement with Whitley County Historical Society as presented.
I'll second.
Motion seconded, further discussion. All those in favor show with the usual sign. It is unanimous. Do we see any reason why we would need to move the sign from a utility standpoint? I can't imagine we would, so.
Not that far back, I wouldn't believe so.
I don't think so. Okay, very good. Okay, next up is the pay request number 8 for Schenkel Construction. Chip?
Yes, this is for $82,967.90. This is pretty much their payout for the rest of for the first part of the project. We are in an issue, as the mayor knows, Hunger Skate Park, getting them coordinated. We've got them here. They're not working though. So this is just, Schenkel is kind of Hunger is a subcontractor of Schenkel, but kind of not. So this is paying off the rest of the swing structure, sidewalk, pickleball courts. We are holding some retainage back for sidewalks connecting to the skate park, but everything else this is just pretty much wrapping up the project, except for,
Except for the skate park.
skate park and
some
sidewalks.
small retainage.
Yeah. So I would ask the Board of Works to approve this.
Okay. Questions of Chip? Okay, I'll make a motion that we pay Schenkel Construction for invoice number 6263 in the amount of $82,967.90.
Second.
Motion seconded. Further discussion. All those in favor show by the usual sign. It is unanimous. Next up is a street closing permit for Car Show Wheels of Whitley County. It looks like it's by Columbia City Connect. And Gary had made a comment there about not making sure we don't block the post office. So probably there at the alleyway. So in the past, we kind of have a turnaround spot there, if you will.
Yep.
So,
Because they got up there the street closing from Chauncey, from Market to Jackson. So
right.
Come on, Sharon.
Okay, so besides that issue, is there any other, you have any concerns or questions, Rosie,
I
about
don't know.
that?
Is this, I think, maybe kind of like the old car show? Only it's-
Well, I mean, it would be right at that same time frame, so it's kind of like J.A. Car Show that
Yeah.
is now Wheels of Whitley, so. Okay, hearing none, I'll make a motion, we approve the street closing permit for Columbia City Connect for the Wheels of Whitley County event.
I'll second.
Thank you. I will make the notation, I'm sorry, is that to modify the street closure to only go up to the alley south of the post office. Do you re-second that?
Yep.
Okay, thank you. Motion second, further discussion. All those in favor should with the usual sign. It is unanimous. Okay, next up is the National League of Cities Service Line Warranty Program. So this is a program that has been kind of introduced to City Council. They are in favor of it. And so there were a couple of things we worked on from a contractual standpoint to make sure that they weren't getting to basically use our logo in any and all kind of mailing, but instead that it's kind of a designated thing with us approving. There was also one other piece here, which was, I don't remember. It was about the data that we provide them. So we're gonna obviously protect our customers' data. At the same time, this is a program that individuals in our utility, I guess, departments can sign up for. Our sewer and water department. They can sign up for this program, and basically it's a warranty. So if something does happen to their service line, so anything from their house to the main, if it's a sewer line, or anything from the house to the meter, if it's a water line, then if they're a part of this lease program, if they're a part of this warranty program, they get reimbursed for that or some kind of program. So again, we're not really in charge of anything outside of saying this is a program that is recognized as a legitimate program. It's something that can help people if they have that interest. Again, it is endorsed by the National League of Cities, so it's across the whole nation, things like that. So that's the agreement that's in front of you. Any questions about that?
How long is this for again? Until we,
I think it's until we say we don't want to do this anymore. So it's automatically renewed for an additional year, 1-year term. So the initial term, I believe, let me look at the exhibit here. So, yeah, okay. The initial term is a 3-year term, and then it's an automatic 1-year renewal term, year after year after year. So again, obviously the only time I feel like we would probably get out of it would be if for some reason we find that they're not fulfilling their obligations, or that they are, maybe misrepresenting what they're offering to the city or to the residents and things like that. But generally speaking, I don't think it's a bad deal. It really it's not really impacting of us too much. It's more-
Mayor, do they let the city know, like, how many customers they have, or?
Yeah, I believe there's a reporting period when that happens, so effectively for every policy that they sell, there's a small, very, very small amount that from every policy that goes into an account for the city specific. And then we can choose, which again, because there's not any funds in there, we haven't appropriated it, but that would be something where the city council could decide, hey, we're gonna create a hardship fund, or we're gonna, give everybody a $1 break in the next bill, or whatever. I mean, there's lots of opportunity there, and again, it's very, very minuscule, so you have to sell a lot of policies in order to make a value there, but in any case. But yes, they have to let us know, is the answer to your question, so. Other questions, comments? I'll make a motion, we enter into the marketing agreement. with utility service partners, private label, as presented.
I'll second.
Motion seconded. Further discussion? All those in favor show by the usual sign. It is unanimous. Bills.
All right, I'll make a motion to pay all accounts payable in the amount of $1,235,854.68 from the allowance of accounts payable vouchers dated January 14th, 2025 for checks.
Second.
Motion seconded. Further discussion? All those in favor show by the usual sign. It is unanimous.
I'll make a motion to pay all accounts payable in the amount of $688,816.06 from the allowance of accounts payable vouchers dated January 14th, 2025 for EFT payments.
Second.
Motion seconded. Further discussion? All those in favor show by the usual sign. It is unanimous.
I'll make a motion to pay all accounts payable except overtime in the amount of $283,035.90 plus overtime in the amount of $9,746.18 for a total of $292,782.08 for the pay file ending 12/27/24.
Second.
Motion seconded. Further discussion? All those in favor show by the usual sign. It is unanimous.
I make a motion to pay all accounts payable in the amount of $202,000 from the allowance of accounts payable vouchers dated January 14th, 2025 for HSA.
Second.
Motion seconded. Further discussion? All those in favor show by the usual sign. It is unanimous.
And finally, I make a motion to pay all accounts payable in the amount of $12,875 from the allowance of accounts payable vouchers dated January 3rd, 2025 for clothing allowances.
Second.
Motion seconded. Further discussion? All those in favor show by the usual sign. It is unanimous. Thank you. As you know, at the beginning of the year, there's bills that we have to pay at the very beginning of the year, insurance, things like that, obviously HSA, contributions to our employees, all that kind of the first quarter, clothing allowances, things like that. So if someone's watching and saying, wow, that's a lot of money that just went out the door, it's because it's the beginning of the year and there's all that kind of upfront stuff we have to handle. So with that, we'll go to let's see. Yep. We'll go to department head reports. Sean.
Yeah, so our guys finished up the Eagle Park path lighting and the skate park lighting last week, so I think it looks good. I think you guys did a really good
Yep.
job on it, saved us a lot of money, I know. So great job by them. We had a couple outages over the weekend, squirrels were out moving, must have forecasted this weather we're gonna have this week, I guess. So they were out moving, so we got a couple of them. Couple other things, we ordered some new laptops for all the departments for doing locating, new software we have to complete for our locating. Pretty much have it handle on the software, but we're gonna get better at what we can do that with. So we're actually getting those mounted up. Let's see, tomorrow I'll go, actually right after our second meeting tonight, I'll be heading to Carmel for meetings tomorrow morning for IMPA. We'll be issuing $268 million worth of bonds. So we've got price bonds in the morning, and hopefully it saves us a lot of money. That's what the goal is. We're refunding about $186 million in previous bonds, and then taking $155 million in new bonds to build a generation facility. So long term, it's going to keep our rates lower. So again, it's going to be a great project for IMPA. Looking forward to that. Then the very following that afternoon and the following day, I have the IMEA Board of Directors meeting where we're planning for this year. We've done a lot of exciting things. One of the things we have to accomplish is our first year lineman training, which is 2 weeks long of pole climbing. Will now include 1 week and a half of CDL training. So when we hire a new employee, the first class, we will get both their climbing and their CDL out of the way. And
Nice.
that's at a much reduced rate. We go from $5,000 per individual down to about $2,200.
That's great.
So yeah, that's gonna be great. Another thing I'm working on is marketing that out to other departments, see if we can get them in there. So could be a great benefit for the entire city. Also, we're marketing our lineman training program to local high schools and trades communities. So we will bring those that aren't associated with the municipal end, train them, give them a certificate, and then they can go out and find jobs from there. It's something they usually travel to Nebraska or somewhere else, Florida, to get. People offer it, it'd be a little bit of a moneymaker for the IMEA, but at the same time, we can recruit from that pool then at that point. So that'd be great. Met with UTE, the company that we bought our last 2 bucket trucks off of. The truck that was due to be delivered 8 months ago is now scheduled for May or June delivery of this year.
At least it's of this year.
Yeah, so that's been almost 2 years now.
Jeez.
That'll be delivered, and I'm working on the specs for our next bucket truck that was originally a 3-year lead time, and now it's down to 18 months.
Okay.
But the price has gone from around 300,000 to around 400,000, so.
Can we just wait longer and then go back to the original price?
Yeah. So, any longer, I'll be retired when it gets delivered. So no, that, other than that, we've got a lot of things coming up for this year's agenda that we'll have on the retreat here in a few weeks. And, one thing I did get today was a new ordinance for mutual aid. We've been participating in mutual aid a little more than we had been in the past because I feel like we have a lot better linemen. And so we have to have a ordinance for mutual aid for FEMA to repay us for those funds and that money. So I'm just gonna start getting that rewritten and get it to Marcia. So hopefully here in a couple weeks, or a couple months, maybe we'll have that ready and then we'll get that approved hopefully. So that'll be good. And also, next meeting, we'll have the Spectrum Engineering ad hoc agreement. I just received that today, so I'll get that put on the agenda here in a month.
Great. When you, going back to the new bonding that's gonna be happening tomorrow,
Correct.
when you say new generation, what does that mean, Sean?
So we're building a new natural gas-fired peaking plant in Anderson, Indiana. Basically, right now, when we get to a certain point, we have to buy off the market to meet our demand. That's the most expensive electricity you can buy is off the market. For us, that is, for IMPA, for Columbia City. So what we're looking at doing is we have to phase out coal very gradually, hopefully more gradually now, but very gradually we have to phase coal generation out. This natural gas will take place of a lot of that coal generation that has to be retired. We do have 2 coal plants that are set to be retired in the next 5 years. So, you know, with new changes in
Administration.
politics and things, we may be able to extend that out because coal is still the cheapest, but also we know eventually we're gonna have to be out of the coal business, and so this is just a step in that direction.
Gotcha. Okay, thanks. Questions of Sean? Thank you. Terry?
Well, our Keystone, our server migrations are going well. Keystone and the MSF GIS server has been completed and functional. We met with Matt and his department, and the software that they're going to move to, like Retro, is cloud-based. So the server we had built for their server will probably sit off to the side and use for our domain controller when it needs to be replaced. Been in talks with Spillman about upgrading the CAD GIS server, which I'm sure Gary will talk to you about that. Met out there with Matt and Butch from SOS at Eagle Park in the concession area building for a location for our head-in for all the information, for all the networking and cameras and everything else that's going to be out there in the park. So we've selected a room out there that we're going to start getting ready, but we have to build a wall and get some electricity run into it. We were out in Test Kitchen this morning. They found a cut in the fiber outside the building. Got that fixed, and there's still a couple fibers that seem to be cut 1,500 to 2,000 feet from the building. So I think they're going to try to locate some of that here in the near future.
Seems interesting. Thank you. Question to Terry? Chip?
Been working with a local developer who acquired 77 acres, trying to get that, figured out what we're doing out there, and getting the test kitchen going. We're going through the contract with the school on that, or the lease agreement, and just wrapping up loose ends.
Questions of Chip? Thank you. Matt?
The dugouts are on hold, obviously, they can't put concrete or masonry down in this frigid weather, so they're probably on hold until we start having a heat wave. Father Daughter Dance will be coming up, it's the 7th and 8th of February. As of today, there's few tickets on Saturday. There's only a couple hundred on Friday, so they're going fast. The DeVille Tunnel was inspected and came back that there's no major problems. There's just some things to take care of, so there isn't some major problems. We're getting some prices on doors for the room that we talked with Terry about putting in, and some of the other doors that have just seen the end of life. And we also have to look at getting a furnace out there, because the main furnace was not able to be turned on this year. And in the midst of all that, we also, with Terry's room, we need to bring electricity over. And in the panel, we're not sure of what can be used or what can't be used, or what doesn't need to be used anymore from the school. So we're getting a quote from Kissinger to come in and take a look at that and see what they can do to help us out.
Okay. Questions of Matt? Thank you, sir. Mike?
We've been flushing water pipes lately, all over the northwestern part of town. Quite a few of them. I think in the last 2 months, we've had 8. So.
8 flushes or 8 breaks?
8 breaks.
Okay.
It's not fun.
Yeah.
Especially when you get one and you're working on it and we get another one at the same time, you know, so.
Yeah, I've gotten some comments from the public about, it seems like there's been a lot in a really short amount of time. Is there a reason for it? And I said, well, we have had some freeze thaw and stuff, but, a handful of those were on Jeffrey Drive, which we already knew was gonna need to be replaced anyways. And I think we approved at the last Board of Works meeting for you to go buy pipe for that. North Park, I think we were planning, that's an area we kinda knew needed to be done, but. Yeah.
And we got enough pipe. I only had to order 200 more feet to do both North Park and Jeffrey.
Yeah.
It's in, I think what happened was we had a power failure or glitch, and it knocked out a relay that would tell if the pumps was running or pumping water.
Yeah.
Well, it wasn't showing it was pumping, so it was kicking off. Our water tower the east water tower got down to 14 feet. I think the last time we had was down to that. We had a breakout at
Steel Dynamics?
Dogwood
Oh, Dogwood,
and North Park Drive both.
Yeah, oh, gotcha.
So we were down to 14 feet again, and we had a break in both the same areas, so.
Gotcha.
It's just, I guess pressure.
Yep.
So
was gonna
that's
say,
part of it, and then part of it is getting to the cold weather. And then we warmed up, in the 50s that one day, and it's not good.
Yep.
We got -6 showing up on the forecast here
Yep.
Monday.
So
Hopefully that isn't-
thank God we got snow on the ground, covering the meter pits, kind of keep the heat in, so.
Yep, I agree. Question, Mike? Thank you. Kelly?
Not sure the exact date, but I think Community Crossings bidding is coming up this month here shortly. Hopefully we get some really good prices being the first of the year.
Yep.
See how that plays out. We got 44 street segments on the list and close to $2 million worth of paving, so we'll see how that shakes out. Other than that, just keeping up on snow and equipment, trying to keep it from getting tore up, and
Yep.
that's part of it when you're out doing that.
This morning you were plowing or taking away the piles from downtown,
Yeah.
and then this afternoon you were piling it back up into the same places.
Well, we actually did pile any yet.
Oh, you didn't pile it? Okay, good. Okay.
No, there wasn't. We were melting it off okay.
Okay.
But then we got those big squalls,
Yeah.
and it started covering things back up, so
Yeah.
we'll see how that works out tomorrow. But yeah, we did get all the piles all the way from
Yeah.
downtown this morning. So.
Well, the reports I'm hearing from from county areas are that there's a lot of blowing and drifting and ice out there, so I don't know what that means for us tonight, but
Yeah, we had some issues, plow, there was ended up being a ground wire that was shorting out. One of the plows is stuck up and
Gotcha.
on the small trucks, couldn't get it figured out until the next day. But, yeah, we were in here early Saturday morning.
gotcha.
And, yeah.
Okay. Questions?
Yes, sir.
Thank you. Gary?
All right, Smith and Ewing are doing well in our FTO process. Cruising right along, they're actually good guys and they're loving the job, so that's a plus. Sturgis has been released from the FTO process, and he's in the solo evaluation process, so he's out on his own, taking calls, and, obviously the guys back him up and do those kind of things, but his next step will be the academy, so I think he's going in April for that. Hirschberger graduated from the academy in December. He's back and doing well. The dispatch trainees are doing well, all three of them. One was kind of a lateral. She was over at the county for a little while, about a year, and then she came here, so it was a pretty easy transition for her. The other two are pretty green. They're doing good. Hunter LaRue gave his resignation letter, and his last day is January 29th. He's getting out of law enforcement and going into the private sector. So wish him well on that. So I guess this is where I ask if I can fill his position.
Good with the refill?
Yes.
Okay, yep.
And other than that, everything's,
Okay. Questions of Gary? Thank you. Mike?
First main project's moving along. Most of the pump work's being done by Maddox. CSO operational plan, I have pretty much all the information. I need to contact United tomorrow to check on. They want some reports, see if they can get them. They can get it from the IDEM virtual file cabinet. It'll make it easier, or if they just want year-end, I can get the year-ends from my files.
Gotcha.
So, and I think that's the last piece, and then I can submit all that to them, and they can hopefully put it together and then get it all tied down, make them happy. Dice store, as I mentioned at our department head meeting, they sent a quote. I didn't like the quote because there was a lot of things that I asked for that weren't in it. So basically just sent it back to them, just need to rework it, redo it, and add the things that I want. And I still haven't seen that new one yet. So that's still in process. The sludge storage tank, the problem there, I'm waiting to get the quote back on a digester, so and then I can calculate how long that's gonna be, because I have to have that I can't have both of them down at the same time.
Right.
So once I get that back, then I can calculate my days, and then how much time I have to get the storage tank down, cleaned, rebuilt, back in service, and then move on to another project. So, I'm waiting on that, and that's just some calculation, so, as far as, days and amount of gallons that we do in a day, so. Working on urine reports, I've got to IDEM, EPA, Still Dynamics. The guys worked on a couple of stations, had some issues. One, they had a pump that was making a lot of noise, and they were getting ready to take that pump out and tear it apart. And they went back and checked it out and realized on the VFD drives that it had switches on it that you can reverse the polarity on it. So basically, essentially what happened is they got bumped somehow, probably during the inspection, and so it was running backwards. Every time the call would run, it'd run backwards. So they just flipped it and had it run the right direction and didn't have to pull it or anything like that. So kudos to them that they figured stuff out like that. So that's all I got unless you have questions.
Questions of Mike? Thank you. Rosie?
Nothing, just busy working on year-end stuff, trying to get everything closed up.
Marcia, you have anything?
I don't, but the roads, do be careful, those of you driving a ways, please.
Yep, thank you. Just for your kind of edification, if you will, tomorrow's a pretty busy day for me. We're doing a bunch of different things, Mayor's Commissioners Caucus, and there's a mental health advisory group, and got some other things happening tomorrow. Youth council is on Thursday. We're visiting the water department, I believe, Mike?
Yeah.
On Thursday. And then on Friday, Brian Onspall is having his retirement party. Obviously Brian is our longest tenured officer here currently, and has spent, gosh, how many years now as SRO?
Probably
It's eight.
yeah.
Eight-ish, something like that. So I know that the high school and a couple of the elementaries will really miss him, but we're excited to bring in, I think Lewis is a part of that, is going to be replacing Brian, right? Yeah, so we're excited about Lewis Fuller kind of jumping into that piece. But Brian obviously has given lots and lots and lots of time to the city, to the employees. He was captain. He was captain at one point in time, I think, and sergeant and detective and all kinds of things. So I just want to publicly thank Brian Onspall for his service to our city, to our residents, to our businesses, and to our schools as well. So we'll definitely miss him, but we wish him a very happy retirement in that regard. A couple other things going on here. We have been working, Chip and I have been working on with JPR, with Jones Peter Finsky, our Eagle Park consultant engineering firm, if you will, working on amphitheater ideas and concepts and things like that. So we're kind of working through that a little bit. We had a redevelopment commission meeting today where we kind of got a sneak peek, if you would, not sneak peek, but a conceptual idea of kind of where the jail is heading, if you will. So that's kind of an exciting thing. Next week, as a reminder, Monday the 20th, City Hall is closed for Martin Luther King Day. And then we have City Retreat on Thursday and Friday in Plymouth. So besides that, I think that's all on my end. Dan?
I have nothing.
Lisa?
I have nothing.
Jennifer? No? We have no city council, so we will call the meeting adjourned. Thank you, everybody.